Okay, so with the push-up is a great exercise. Obviously, this is something that everybody's done. Everybody in the world has done a push-up before. The idea here is you're not only targeting the triceps, you're actually getting the chest and the front of the shoulders. So you're doing more than just isolating a particular muscle group, in this case the triceps. We're working multiple muscle groups to do one action. So with the push-up, there are various different things. Obviously, everybody's familiar with push-ups from the ground. If that's difficult for you to complete a repetition, what you can do is use various elevated platforms. In this case, we have a bench. Other things that can work are, countertops at home, walls. You can use chairs, sturdy chairs, and benches that way. So in this case, go ahead and get into a push-up position here. And what Paige is going to do is she's going to lower herself down under control, and then back up again. There you go. And notice how she's keeping her core very tight. Go ahead and keep going to make sure that she's not sagging her hips at all. If you start to see a little bowing in the lower back, you start to pinch the lumbar spine, which is actually not very good for you. You want to make sure that you're drawing your stomach in tight and maintaining a nice straight plank body position. Very nice. The second exercise is the dip. And with this, again, you can use a countertop, a bench, a couple of chairs. In this case, we have this bench, so she's going to get into a dip position. And with this, again, she's working the triceps, but also getting some of the lats in the back and a little bit of chest in front of the shoulder as well. She's going to drop her hips down, bending the elbows under control, and then pushing back up. Now notice she has her legs straight in this position. Go ahead and keep going. That's really good. If this is tough for you, you can actually bend your knees and assist with the knees bent, going down and pushing a little bit through the legs to give you some assistance. So these are two great body weight exercises that you can do to target not only the triceps, but the chest and the back through these two exercises.
Thank you, Ben. So then, if these strength exercises don't actually burn the fat from the tricep area, what can you do instead?
Great question, and actually strength training is part of it. But like I mentioned before, making sure that you're doing a well-rounded program that's going to eliminate fat throughout the body, because you can't spot reduce, right? You can't reduce the fat in one particular area. So you have to do things to make sure that you're changing your body composition. That's through regular exercise, both strength training and cardio, but also diet plays a major role in that as well. So making sure that you're eating a well-balanced diet where you go into a caloric deficit to make sure that you're not eating more calories than your body needs.
Okay. Thanks, Ben. That's really helpful. Now, where can people reach you if they need tips or anything?
Well, you can certainly look me up on my website. My website's www.prescottfitness.net. Look me up there. You can contact me by email. I also have Facebook and Twitter that you can also find me through my website.
Thanks so much, Ben.
No problem.
Hi, I'm with my trainer today, Ben Prescott, owner of Prescott Fitness. I've been working with Ben for almost 3 years, and he helps me stay healthy and in shape. I have a question for you, Ben. One of my problem areas is my triceps. What are some workouts I could do at home that would help me prepare for my pageant to work these areas?
Sure. Well, one of the main things is I want to talk about, I'm assuming you're talking about toning.
Right.
And when you talk about toning, there's two things that go into that. One is strength training, where you're building muscle, and the second is actually burning fat, losing fat. The big misconception with that is that a lot of people seem to believe that you can replace the fat with muscle, and that's not the case. There's actually two very separate things going on there. So you do the strength training to build the muscle, and at the same time you burn fat. So there's no such thing as what's called spot reduction, which is the idea that, hey, I want to work this area, so I'm going to burn the fat here.
Right.
So I wanted to make sure that's clear, that people understand that the difference between fat burning and building muscle. With building muscle, you can target that area with particular exercises. With fat burning, it's throughout the entire body. The body chooses where it gains and where you
Right.
lose the muscle or lose the fat.
And I know before you told me that you usually lose fat. No, what is it? You lose fat where
People typically, it's all based on genetics essentially. So some people, they're going to be more predisposed to gain fat in certain areas, and where you typically gain the fat first is
where you
where
lose it
you're
last.
going to lose it last, essentially. Yes. So let's talk about the strength training first.
Okay.
When we're talking about toning, we want to do strength training. So the first thing that I want to do is talk about what do the triceps do. The triceps actually extend at the elbow joint.
Right.
So if you're thinking about lengthening the elbow, that's any exercise that pushes away, right? So if you think about pushing exercises where you're pushing away from the body, a couple of those exercises would be push-ups and dips. And I actually want to show you those two exercises
Okay.
now. Okay?
Okay.